Now as we begin our meditation this morning, let us all prepare ourselves to sit quietly this morning through this meditation. Let us all sit up with our spine straight. Let us lean forward from the backs of our seats. You will like to sit that way after a while. That is the natural posture for us to take, not to be leaning back and folding our bodies forward, because you don't have a chance to let these energies in the body circulate from the base of the spine to the top of the head very well. And if you have the correct posture, it is much easier to release those energies. And that is why the yogi has found ever since yoga has been practiced, it's always been practiced using a straight back. You've never seen a yogi in an ivory carving or in any picturization of any kind, or even if you see the real yogi, he's always sitting with his spine straight. So why should we fold ourselves over like that and all humped over like that? You can't, it isn't conducive to good meditation. So Master says you can sit on a chair and meditate, but sit with your spine straight. And those of you who are advanced a little bit more to sit on the floor, you can cross your legs the best you can. And after a while you can lock your legs together, and then you have a perfect posture for meditation. It takes a little time to practice yourself into something like that, but it's well worthwhile and it's well worth the effort to do it. Because we are a part of the whole of the universe, and we're not something separated from anything. We're a part of the whole of everything. So if you want to condition yourself to get yourself alerted to the fact that there's something beyond and beside you, that there's something otherwheres beside you, and after a while you'll find out there's no distance between anything. And then if you want to get yourself tuned in, or like plugging the right plug into the switchboard in order to make right connections, that's really the best way to do it. However, even if you practice meditation in a lazy way, you'll get a little good out of it, but you'll get a lot more good out of it if you do it scientifically. There's so many things that you have before your attention in yoga which requires a good attitude. Now, if you have a good posture, you automatically, instantaneously develop a better attitude toward something, a better attitude toward your meditation and what you're going to do these next few minutes. Now we say that the Garden of Eden is the garden of the physical body, and that this serpent in the Garden of Eden lays at the base of your spine in order to cause that serpent to rise as in terms of energy, like the Kundalini energy. Well, you've got to get yourself in some kind of condition so it can happen. Now, there's only one way that the serpent or the Kundalini power can go, and that's up. Now, if you learn how to meditate and you learn how to concentrate on these various centers or churches, or as these lotus centers are represented by, they're called churches in the Bible, in the book of Revelation. They're called the seven candles. They're called the different names, but they all mean the same thing. But we have 7 of those from the base of the spine to the top of our head. So if we want to learn how to put energy through those lotus centers, in order to awaken us into the different stages of consciousness, well, then we've got to get at this thing something other than just a lazy attitude. And that's why the vital ones are the ones that put forth energy and develop regular practice, and the energetic ones are the ones that get there, not the lazy ones or the stupid ones. If you want to learn a new science, you have to really get your whole heart and soul in it, and because it's just, and we have to take a practical attitude toward it, even although we think we're practicing spiritual things. What we are But what you really want to do is to open some of the tenuous states in your own mind, to explore your own consciousness. And when you get into your own consciousness, you'll find out that there's a mirror there. And in that mirror can be reflected many, many, many things. But if we if we never learn how to concentrate or meditate, of course we can't draw our forces together, our powers together, in order to be able to get beyond this mundane existence. The higher existence is within. It's in the inner reaches of the mind. Even this heavenly state of consciousness and God consciousness, the holy vibrations and every other vibration is right inside of your own self. So to learn how to meditate is to learn how to do something scientifically in the spiritual field, not in the materialistic field or the field of phenomena. You're going to become a spiritual expert in the laboratory of the mind and thought and life itself, and we want to learn something about those things. Well, we can have lectures telling about those things and discourses. You can read books and Bibles, but they will never give you what you can get if you'll learn how to meditate. All those things are necessary, all right, to give you a mental framework or an image to go by. But to work it out, you've got to do it with yourself and through yourself. And that, in the path that is narrow and few there be that find it, is the spiritual eye, and through the path of meditation. So this morning we'll as we meditate together, let us get relaxed well enough to feel energy flowing through our bodies. Let us try a little technique. Now when you breathe in, feel that you're drawing energy from the front of your body clear through it and through yourself into the back. And then hold your breath a little bit, and then drive energy right through the trunk of your body, through your legs, arms, everywhere, your whole being. And then when you exhale, just drive the energy clear back through the body again. Inhale through the body toward the back, and then when you exhale the energy right through the body, right through it, just as though there was nothing to it. Just try a little of that. Now you can create yourself a healing sometimes, supposing your knee is bad, and you let your mind draw energy through the knee back and forth. You can do something that you can create a type of healing there that's tremendous sometimes. Or if it's your foot or any body part or something like that, just breathe energy through it. It'll go through. If you give it your attention and you do it with the breath, you can move it with the breath, you see. And that is cosmic energy. That's the healing energy of God. How are you going to ask for a healing unless you're going to do something about it? Condition yourself to receive it. You've got to do something. Otherwise you'll be hanging by the ear forever. Yoga is a science, and it's the one that deals with the basic laws of life, laws of God and nature. And when you get to practicing yoga techniques, you'll find out that you're moving into a new area of consciousness entirely. And the most amazing things can happen within yourself too. You can become clairaudient, you can become clairvoyant, you can see through the spiritual eye. Everyone has a spiritual eye, but he never uses it, he don't know he has one to begin with. After you tell them you have one, then we don't know any more about it than we did before they're told about it. You see, but it's a lost art. It's a lost remembrance completely. The New Age is going to bring all these things back to the attention of those that want to go onward and upward without so much interference. If you lift your eyes now and focus their attention at the point between the eyebrows, all SRFers now know that, and when they meditate, they lift their eyes and focus their attention there without blinking. And they hold their eyes steady. And that is part of the technique of meditation, to withdraw your attention from outside objects of sense. The very thing that you become distracted with and all undone and bewildered and everything else. And we should learn how to withdraw our attention within ourselves and place that attention at this door of the mind, or the spiritual eye, which frees our consciousness into the ocean of cosmic consciousness or cosmic intelligence. There are so many things and those of you who have had Kriya and those of you who will be initiated in Kriya at the end of the month will come into the possession of a technique that will help you open all these inner doors, and that is what it's for. You will have something that you can have through incarnation after incarnation. You could redeem yourself with the technique in this lifetime if you would give it your enthusiasm, your love and devotion, and your willingness to apply yourself to practice. You could do it in one lifetime. And you're now being prepared for the oncoming initiation, and all those of you who have been initiated have the opportunity to have your faith reaffirmed and your steadfastness established, and many, many of you have gone a long, long way and are happy in the pursuit of this ultimate and final quest, the realization of your own self, which is at the same time the realization of God. The Gita Bible says what it does to us if we ponder on objects of the world or objects of sense or objects of desire. If one ponders on objects of the sense, there springs attraction. From attraction grows desire. Desire flames to fierce passion. Passion breeds recklessness. Then the memory, all betrayed, lets noble purpose go and saps the mind, till purpose, mind, and man are all undone. But if he deals with objects of the sense, not loving and not hating, making them serve his free soul which rests serenely Lord, lo, such a man comes to tranquility, and out of that tranquility shall rise the end and healing of his earthly pains, since the will governed sets the soul at peace. In thine one temple of silence, as you heard in the little prayer song, where is the temple of silence? It is deep within your own self. And when you learn how to meditate deeply and still more deeply, you get yourself beyond any range of sound or sight. And when you become real still and quiet in the temple of silence, and you enter into that temple of silence deep within your own soul, And there you have come as close to God as you have for many, many millions of years, maybe, who knows. But it is in that deep quiet within that you commune with this great God that indwells us all. A great cosmic intelligence, that great light that permeates the universe. Like nectar streams this boundless love, filling the hearts of men with joy. The very thought of his compassion sends a thrill through every limb. How can one fittingly describe him through his abounding grace? The bitter sorrows of this life are all forgotten instantly. On every side and land below and sky above, beneath the seas, in every region of this earth, men seek him tirelessly. And as they seek him, ever ask, where is his limit? Where is his end? Pure wisdom's dwelling place is he, the elixir of eternal life, the sleepless, ever wakeful eye, the pure and stainless one. The vision of his face removes all trace of sorrow from our hearts.